Now,
And we're live.
hello everyone. Today, me and Ledger Forever are doing a watch along, and today we are doing a watch along for the film Logan.
Dun dun dun. Yes, thank you for that. That should go down a bit easier on replay.
Yes, it should.
Well, at least I hope. Because I still am gonna have to hear my voice in some things, but I can handle that usually. But there's times where I can, like in my old videos, I can't stand my voice. I've been getting better in like my newer ones, but for some reason my older ones bug the living heck out of me. Like it's almost a problem how much they and just ugh. Okay, but so do you have Logan pulled up?
Yep, I have Logan pulled up on Prime Video and I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Gonna get my earbuds in. Well, at least one earbud in. I only do one usually. That was so I can hear people talking better. If I had both of them in, there's no way I would have been able to hear you talking. Okay. I bought this film because I love it so much. Well, technically, I didn't buy it. My parents owed me, so they said just send a request to us and we'll buy it for you. So I was like, I need my Logan, and it was like $20 to buy. So I was like, I'm not spending that much.
Yeah,
Yes,
I can see that.
I can be cruel, but I can also be crafty. Okay, on three. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Dang it! Can you pause?
Oh,
You may want to restart. Dang it!
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
I was on a trip yesterday, so my earbuds I kept having to turn off because they were connecting when I didn't want them to, and then not connecting when I wanted them to. So, disconnect them from 1 second. There. Now this should be good.
Okay, ready.
Okay, on three. Ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Also, you never told me you had a dog.
Yeah, I know. It's no big deal. I usually sometimes don't make posts about it unless, of course, it's like his birthday or there's like a really funny thing he's doing and I get a picture of it and I want to get a picture of it.
Dogs do a lot of funny stuff. We'll just say that.
Yep.
Most of the time, it's never intentional.
Yeah, never intentional. It's
That's
like
the funny part
accidental.
about it, that they're never intending to be funny, yet they always are hilarious when they do what they do.
Yeah, exactly. One time my dog was jumping up and he literally stood on his two legs and we were all laughing.
How long was he on there?
Well, it was only for like a few seconds, but still, even when you see it, it's like, oh my god, he's standing like a human.
Oh man! Wait! Come on! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right now, I'm at the part where it just says like the
Oh
20th
yeah,
Century Fox
the opening
presents.
credit. Yeah.
Just so you
Dang
know.
it! Well, can't do this one. I was trying to get James Cameron in for the other director, but sadly, right now, he only has 9 films and a bunch of Avatar sequels that I don't think really anyone wants.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how many Avatar sequels we're gonna get.
We're gonna get about a bajillion of them. Very little plot, just ripping off a lot of other stuff.
Yep,
What breed is your dog?
he is a Beagle mix.
Oh, beagles are fun and aggressive when they want to be, but also fun.
They are.
You didn't see this in theaters, did you?
Oh no, I did see this in theaters,
You did?
and I was only 15 years old.
Lucky.
Oh man. Yeah,
I
and
might
this.
be. You
Oh, go
mean where
ahead.
he? I might be a couple seconds ahead of you. Did they just shoot him?
Yeah, they just shot him.
Oh yeah, I'll pause for a second, music, until you're ahead of me because he shot it. It was like a few seconds, and then you were like, "Oh man, there now that should be good."
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting up now.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, come on, pull out the claws. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
oh, I. Ouch. Maybe James Mangold has 11 films.
Maybe he does.
Let's see. I was directing Swamp Thing. He's doing a Star Wars film.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh yeah. He's not happy.
yep. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you're either someone's a couple seconds ahead, but I think that's probably fine. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, I have to get this. Okay. 9, 10, 11. Please don't be featured. Oh, 12? Are you kidding me? This is getting infuriating.
I can totally see what you mean.
Some of the greatest directors of all time with some of the greatest movies of all time. Just some I would love to talk about in this ranking, but they have either one over or too many under or over. Ugh.
Right.
Have you seen the noir version of this?
Oh, yes, I have seen it, and the noir version is really good.
It makes it a lot more dark, right?
Yeah, it does make it a lot more dark.
Well, quite literally because there's no color. So, but never seen it. I bought the film, so it has iTunes extras because I bought it on Apple TV, so I can watch it anytime. So, really should get around to that. It's just the same film, just it's in black and white, basically, right?
Right.
But you'd be surprised what that can do to a film. This is a really hard scene to watch.
Yeah. Oof.
The fact that he's like extracting him, like using his muscle to pull him out, is really pretty gnarly. So it's definitely a Western feel to it, kind of like the Wolverine does.
Yeah, it definitely has kind of like a Western vibe.
Yeah, like the Wolverine feels kind of a mix between like a Western and a samurai film.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because obviously it's set in Japan.
It's it's a bit more ninja themed. It also is a darker like a Western film is.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah, I'm not interested. Crazy lady, stranger danger. Bit harsh.
Yeah, it was definitely harsh.
I mean, he's not really wrong, but on the bright side, he didn't say it to her face.
Exactly.
Maybe John McTiernan, it would mean I get Die Hard on here. Yeah, it says he is. Oh, come on, 12?
Oh,
This
man.
is just getting pathetic.
I'm sorry to hear this.
Believe me, I bet you are, because the fact that I'm having to just react to this in such a pathetic way, you should be sorry. You're probably having to hear this.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah, you're like, this is not what I signed up for. And he's a junkie now.
I love this guy. I love Donald Pierce.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. He's probably the best part of the Predator.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the guy who plays Donald Pierce in this movie, he was the best part of that film.
So you seen it?
Yeah, I have seen The Predator. It was not a great film, but I will say this:
It's
Boyd
entertaining.
Holbrook, he did a good job.
Yeah, it's not a good film, but it's very fun.
Yeah, it's like a guilty pleasure type movie.
It's like kind of like X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh yeah, not good but entertaining.
Yeah. What's your least favorite film in the X-Men franchise?
Now since well, part of me does want to say Origins, but if I'm being real, Dark Phoenix, I don't know what it was like. It wasn't complete garbage, but it's just a film that I never had the urgency to go back to. Like, at least with Origins Wolverine, while it is
Hugh Jackman.
technically like a worse
It's the
movie,
worst made film,
it's
but
the
that at
oh
least
no
has
no
Hugh
worst
Jackman.
made by a long shot.
But it has Hugh Jackman in it.
Exactly, it's a worse made movie, definitely, but it's got Hugh Jackman in it at least.
Yeah, I would have to go with the New Mutants. I think that's a complete dumpster fire. I despise that film.
Oh, New Mutants. Yeah, that one was not even great either.
But oh man, that is a rough one. I might just skip that film and say, yeah, one watch was just enough for me to say this film does not serve anything else than a 1/2 on Letterboxd. Man. But Dark Phoenix I actually prefer to X-Men The Last Stand because I feel like The Last Stand, they do not do the Dark Phoenix plotline justice at all because it's barely in the film. It's like it's in the last like third of it. Maybe it was in the last, it's like in the last 30 minutes. Meanwhile, Dark Phoenix, they at least are focusing on the plot line.
That is true.
And they don't shove it off. They actually are trying. Meanwhile, Last Stand, it felt like they weren't really even trying.
Exactly.
There. Now we look more like Wolverine in this. Oh wait, no, that kind of clashes with you. Maybe this? No.
That looks better.
Definitely a bit darker. Come on, there's gotta be something. We'll go with this for now.
And I really got to say, the cinematography in this film is gorgeous.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely a standout. And the drama.
Definitely, yes.
Something that not really the X-Men franchise has never really dived into.
Yeah, because
There are
as much as I
moments here and there, like there's moments, but overall, it was mostly about like superheroes.
yeah,
Just like
that
laser eyes, like freezer fists, just all that stuff.
yeah, I can totally see your points. I mean, the Wolverine, they did kind of do that where in the beginning of the Wolverine, like they did do some with Wolverine
with
himself.
like with like Gene and his PTSD. They go into
Yes.
that in the Wolverine films. At least they try.
Right, the Wolverine films they do try.
But this has got to be the most dramatic of any superhero film I've ever seen.
Exactly. Exactly. This is like the most dramatic.
He's always in a bad mood in this film.
Yeah.
Although
He
to be
is
fair, he's
definitely in a
always in
bad
a bad
mood.
mood. This is in every film he's in.
Yeah, he's always in a bad mood.
Especially when you anger him at something like X-Men Apocalypse or X2, or in this, like he gets
Oh
really
yeah.
like Apocalypse, like his scene is awesome.
Yes, his scene I would argue is the best part of that film.
It's either that or any scene with Ty Sheridan in it because he is awesome as Cyclops.
Ty Sheridan was really good as Cyclops. I would like to give it that as well. He was a good Cyclops.
He was the reason I gave Dark Phoenix a pass on Letterboxd. Like I gave it like I think 3. If he was not in it, it could have been like a 2.5 or maybe even a 2. But him alone, he can save that film. He is great.
Definitely.
Upon rewatch, it could change, but I believe that was one of the first ones I've seen, so I have a bit of nostalgia.
Okay, that's totally fair.
People would probably be saying, "You idiot! You're not allowed to have nostalgia with a film that bad," but can't really help it.
God.
Especially with some of the effects. And do you remember the train fight in the Dark Phoenix?
I do remember the train fight. Some said the train fight was the best part. Some say you could easily tell it was a reshoot.
It was a reshoot, but I would actually say that's probably the best part of the entire film.
Oh no, it definitely was. That train fight was, I don't
Awesome.
know if I'd say amazing, but it was a lot of fun.
I love that scene. I don't know why, it's just the action was really good. It has a lot of great stakes in that scene. Because
Definitely.
at this point, like Jean is like all powerful now, so it's like really high. And the X-Men franchise might compete with, actually, I think the X-Men franchise might hold a candle for the biggest franchise, or the franchise with the most plot holes, and just in like time, just where they completely convolute their own timeline. Especially in like the prequels versus with like Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix versus the originals. There's like
Yeah.
so many plot holes in them that they really need to sort out.
Yeah, that's another thing people like to talk about with, like, the X-Men series, that either they all have issues with continuity, but
Oh,
like if
they
they're
do.
telling a oh go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just saying they have a horrible continuity problem.
Yeah, like I know a big one, two big ones people like to point out is the one with Sabretooth and Logan, where Origins reveals that they were brothers,
That.
and then it created inconsistencies with the first one, because it's like, wouldn't they have recognized each other, and considering that Origins ended with them being on good terms.
I mean, technically, since Wolverine did get his mind erased, he wouldn't
Oh yes,
recognize him,
actually.
but Sabretooth would recognize him probably.
So you can give Wolverine a pass, but not Sabretooth. It's like, wouldn't Sabretooth recognized him?
Yeah, and wouldn't he have at least said something and like taunted him instead of just being a full-on creature?
Yeah, that's actually the one thing I want to say. The first X-Men film, I don't know if I would say it butchered Sabretooth, but Sabretooth he just wasn't interesting in that movie.
They didn't really give him much. Like Origins, they do him really good. I really enjoy him in it. If you want to share this in your community tab, I'll do it for me, because I'm gonna see if we can get some people in here.
Oh yes, I'm definitely going to share this. Let me share this.
And quick question: have you seen the Tarantino films Pulp Fiction and Django Unchained?
I have seen both, and I absolutely love them.
Oh, which one's your favorite of the two?
I'd probably say Pulp Fiction, because, it's iconic. He got so many memorable lines, like, do you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris? Worked out with cheese.
Oh man, I love that. I watched it yesterday. I reviewed it on Letterboxd. It was fan freaking tastic. I believe it went to my fourth favorite film of all time. I genuinely adore the film. And I love like some of the comedy. Remember that scene? This is a bit spoilery, so just mute us if if you haven't seen the film. But remember the scene where like they're like in the van thing, and John Travolta.
Oh yes.
Do you really think that God will come down from heaven, and then like in the middle of him talking, he just accidentally shoots the guy in the face?
Yeah, it's like,
And the lines that come after that are gold. Like, it is hilarious.
it is definitely hilarious.
Oh man. And Django is a very rated R film. We'll just say that. We're not going to go into details, but it's rated R as heck.
Oh yes, definitely. It was a very bloody movie.
It's not just that. You get some words, and you get a
Yep.
bit of nudity in it. But man, talk about a hard R. That might be Tarantino's most hard R. I'm assuming. I've only seen his Kill Bill films, Django, and Pulp Fiction. Oh man, this scene always is so dark.
Oh, this scene's, yeah, he's like pulling his claws out, and there's blood.
Oh man, Wolverine's always had this like darker edge, but this is saying a lot. This is just
Definitely.
There's actually a group of people on them that like to call this film overrated.
What? Okay.
I know. I did a poll where I did which X-Men film is better. I put Logan against Deadpool, and while Logan I think won that battle in terms of votes, there were so many people saying Deadpool by far, Logan is overrated. And I'm like, how is this film overrated? The Dark Knight is overrated. This is a masterpiece. At least in this, you can't. It's almost impossible to find a flaw. It's pretty easy to do in The Dark Knight, which is
Yeah,
subjective. A lot
exactly.
of people disagree with that statement. For me, I found many flaws with it.
That
Like,
is to-
like, go ahead.
that is totally fair. In fact, I think people who say this film's overrated are just trying to get reactions, or they're just being unnecessarily nitpicky.
You know how to. You know how to. You do. You're. That's extremely accurate. We'll say that. But I mean, you have something like The Dark Knight where people like to say it's better. This does not have a. This does not have like a very dumb ending. This has a fantastic ending. The Dark Knight, while it has a great ending on paper, in reality, the thing about like Batman taking the fall for Harvey Dent's murders makes no sense in reality. To where, why don't they just blame the Joker for the deaths of those people? The Joker kills like 80 people in this entire film. Why is it that Batman killed them? Why? Because because I couldn't think of anything else. And he's speechless. I think I broke him. Sorry, guys. This could get really hard now since I've broken him. But that's just one of them. I have several more.
Yeah.
Most people usually like try and threaten me with like the gun trick after like the first one, so I usually don't persist.
Oh my
It's like
god.
yeah, keep on going, Buster. I'm just gonna be standing here, maybe not have the safety on. It's like, okay. Again, this is why the Dark Knight keeps getting lower. For this fan base, I can't take it. Like, I mean, I can tell you can take this. Like, you can understand this.
Yes.
You know, I can get some people with some attitude problems around once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes when I give my own opinion, sometimes people do say things like, I know sometimes like whenever I say, "Oh, Logan's the best," they always like, throw in, "What about like this film?" Or like when I did my comic book films of 2017, when I put this deservingly number 1,
Oh,
some people were throwing in choices which I could see. But then, like, remember how I told you when there was a video I saw where someone actually put Home Spider-Man Homecoming above this?
I love Homecoming. I do, but it's
Okay,
not even close. The difference is almost pathetic. Actually, no, not almost. It is pathetic. Yeah, that part that they did right there was very surprising.
yeah, that was
Especially because
surprising.
it's so forced. It didn't need to be there.
Yeah,
The fact that Logan like smiles almost either is kind of like he's like kids, or it's like Logan, you sly dog.
yeah, yeah. When I found out this movie was going to be rated R, I thought, what? Oh, I thought, oh, what? Are we going to get a scene with Wolverine naked, kind of like in Days of Future Past? But
And
no, we
they
just
do it
got a
to an
brief
extent in
scene with
Origins.
that.
Remember? They do it in
Uh,
Origins.
oh yes, in Origins when he got the adamantium onto a skeleton.
Yeah. And then the scene where he's like running.
Oh, into the farm.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, in fact, fun story. Hugh Jackman actually talked about when he was like, I can't remember if it was X-Men 2 or Origins, but he was talking about how when they were filming that scene, he was running around this area, but there was an
Yeah, and then
entire crew of the movie, an entire group of females,
I
and
know.
when he was running, they were like, "Woo!"
Well, yeah, didn't they do that on purpose?
I think they did that on purpose because obviously you put a bunch of women and you see Hugh Jackman running naked.
Oh yeah. Now this. Oh yeah. Of course,
Oh, X-23.
a lot of women would love this.
Yep.
I don't think he was happy about that, was he?
Well, actually, I thought in an interview he said he enjoyed it, but there comes a part where he had like the prosthetic claws on, but he said he almost cut a part of his leg by accident.
Ugh. But man, I believe I did hear that. That's hilarious. Perverts.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh man, how did that happen?
Yeah, I know, and it's like,
Oh. What is it with people? What is it with people with superheroes wanting rent? There's always this. You have her in this one. You have that weird guy that kind of looks like a mouse in the Spider-Man trilogy. I want rent. Remember that?
yeah,
It's just like, shut up. Choose your moments to come in.
yeah.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see Deadpool 3 with like him and like the thing. I show my dad he has never seen Logan, but he's like, yeah, he's excited now. We're seeing this in the theater.
I'm seeing Deadpool and Wolverine in the theaters.
Oh yeah. I have a theory about Deadpool 3 actually.
What's your theory?
This could get a bit spoilery, so I'm just gonna warn you that I don't. This could spoil something, but I'm guessing it's even though I'm not certain, but it has something to do with this. If they're technically are they in the same continuity? Technically, could you count them?
I
I mean,
think
I
they
know this isn't in the MCU, but would you count it?
I think I would count it because apparently, I guess, like, it does. It's just like obviously after the events of Days of Future Past, where most of the events of Origins got erased, it's like the Deadpool in those movies is not the one from Origins.
Are we certain that Ryan Reynolds is not secretly white? Days of Future Past. Then, if they took away the events of Origins, because that would
I
explain a
don't.
lot.
Yeah,
Like
I
he has
don't
to
know
do that
honestly.
many middle fingers to the people that put him in Origins with what they did.
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
about they do. He does it a lot. But so my theory is, remember they have the line in here that it's in the trailer about the fact that mutants are gone, they're dead, all of them, and
Yes.
there's very little left, and that they're basically extinct.
Yes.
My theory is that Deadpool's also dead because, and eventually they're going to do something to him in the third film, and he's going to like make a sacrifice. That's my theory, at least.
That's actually something that could potentially happen. Like maybe even though they said the Wolverine in this film may be a different one, but that's just played by Hugh Jackman, I actually think it's a case of this one could potentially set up Logan where mutants are dead, Deadpool's dead, and then this movie takes place like, after Deadpool 3 where it's like, where Wolverine survives the events of that film more than likely, but, but
More
then
than
of course,
likely is the healing factor. It's not like you can.
oh right, he has a healing factor in that one, so of course he's not going to die.
Although the trailer's been letting on that it looks like he's getting closer to the events of how he is in Logan, so his healing factor is going to be a bit more damaged, possibly. So is it going to be like we're going to have to deal with this again? Not another him death. It was harder to. It keeps getting harder to experience him dying in this. How the heck are we going to deal with him dying again?
Yeah, because his death in this one is like
Oh,
extremely heartbreaking.
especially because I forgot how violent that last act is and just how awful it is to watch. Just him getting torn apart, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty like hard to watch. It got so brutal.
Man, yeah. Finally, we have someone in here. Godzilla. Drew, what do you think of the Hunger Games and how would you rank them?
I actually have only seen the first one. I want to get around to the other ones because I would like to rank that franchise eventually.
Interesting. I've only seen the first one, most of the second, and the prequel.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch those at some point.
I would definitely recommend the first two.
I will definitely rewatch the first one and check out the second one.
Was not a big fan of the prequel at all.
Okay, so that one's not worth it.
Not really. That was way too long. In the last, as soon as they get past the Hunger Games part, they quit with the Hunger Games part, like the games, halfway through the film, and then the other half is like Snow's origin. And the second
Yeah.
half is unwatchable. The second half is awful.
Okay, so skip
It is-
the.
It is almost painfully boring. Not almost. It is painfully boring.
Okay, so the prequel is not worth it.
I mean, you might like it, but it wasn't for me.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he just got hit in the face.
Oh. Yeah, you're definitely a few seconds ahead of me. Want to pause for a second?
Yep.
Let me know what are you at right now?
Okay, I'm at 29 minutes and 12 seconds.
Thank you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it was the part where Laura threw like a pipe at his face.
You deserved it. Okay, on three. Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Wait, come on, he deserved it.
Oh no, he definitely deserved it. I just remember when I first saw him, like, oh man.
But he's got a bit of a Terminator arm there.
Yeah, he's got a Terminator arm.
Dun 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 dun. Godzilla. And I'm talking about the movies. We know this is a movie channel. We can usually tell if you're talking about a movie or a show. I mean, a movie or a book. Godzilla. There's also Mockingjay Parts 1 and 2 to watch as well. I know I have not gotten onto those yet. I am scared because people say those ones are worse than the prequel, and I was not a fan of the prequel really at all. But do you want to know something infuriating?
What else is
Do you
infuriating?
know Rachel Zegler, who a buddy let me in on this in a Predator when we did a watch along for Predator?
Yeah,
Do you know Rachel Zegler?
I do know who she is. I think she's an actress.
Yeah, she was in not Mockingjay. She was in Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. She was the main character.
Yeah.
And she basically is in the Hunger Games, but all she does really is hide and then sing. And guess what?
What?
She was nominated and won Best Action Star of 2023.
What? Wait a
And
minute.
the fact is, she beat out Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves.
Oh, get out. Not you, but I'm just saying in general, get out of here with that crap.
Keanu Reeves got himself hit by a freaking car in that film. Tom Cruise drove off of a cliff with a motorcycle. How does she win? And she doesn't even fight. All she does is stay and hide in like a little vent until the thing is over. It was the most woke, moronic thing I've ever seen. I do not use the term woke usually. That was woke. The fact that she wins that and they snub Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise.
Unbelievable.
Ugh. I mean, plus you had someone like Chris Hemsworth also was way better than she was. Because if
Definitely.
it's too hard to choose between Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise. I mean, you could easily do Chris Hemsworth. You could do like Vin Diesel. There's so many better ones.
Yeah.
Nominate Sylvester Stallone for all I care. He was barely nominate Statham. He barely is in. He's not in a good film, but he was way better than she was.
Exactly.
Which was pretty sad. But he's at least the best part of he and Stallone are by far the best part of the fourth Expendables.
Definitely.
Well, there's not much to choose from because that film was awful.
Yeah, the fourth one was not great.
You saw that in theaters, right?
Yeah, I did go see it in theaters because I enjoyed the first three.
You didn't get the vibes that it was going to suck by the trailer?
I mean, part of me was thinking, okay, maybe just go into this like, just wanting a fun time. And I'll say this: Statham, like you said, Statham like did the
He's
best
trying
with what
enough.
he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Stallone was like barely in that movie.
Wow. I mean, wow. Man, talk about doing disservice.
Yeah, they can't even make the argument, oh, he's getting old for this. But then that also makes me ask the question of what was the point of even making this film if Stallone and Statham appear like they don't want to do this anymore?
Yeah, there's scenes where you can see like they're acting from like Statham, and you're like, yeah, he does not want to be here. Like his acting is just so just like uninterested.
Exactly.
Just ugh, don't ruin that franchise. That one's so fun.
Yeah,
And
it's like
I've been having some hot takes recently, and you know what I did? Just like to a certain fan base, I give my own subtle little middle finger to them. Do you know how I did it?
how do you do it?
I rewatched Expendables 3 and I actually really enjoyed it. So I then put in my thing like at the very end, but it's not great. But let's look on the bright side. It's better than The Godfather. And then
Oh
immediately,
god.
it was hilarious the way my comment section lighted up. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Like, because I'm not a big fan of The Godfather at all. I would, it has a 3.5, which is pretty, me being generous pretty much, but not a big fan of that one at all. Super unlikable characters and just so boring and overly long.
I've heard that it's like very long.
You've seen it though, I thought.
No, I was trying to put it on like watch list on Letterbox, but I think I may have accidentally, I may have accidentally hit the wrong thing.
You just you logged it that you've seen it.
Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go fix that.
You have a lot of stuff to fix on Letterbox. You have a lot of films you need to catch up on.
Oh yes, definitely. Like this one, for instance.
I hope to see a really good review. Can't wait to see you talk and say to everyone, this film is better than The Godfather. I don't care if you haven't seen it, just say it. We know it's better. We know it's better. Come
It's
on,
better than The Godfather.
admit it. We all know it, guys. Stop denying it.
Oh, the X-23 scene. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say this is the scene with X-23 where she.
Oh yeah, she goes like Wolverine in X-Men Apocalypse, X2, the end of Logan.
Yep.
Where basically, she just goes berserk.
She goes full on berserk.
She's a pretty intimidating person, and she's not very tall. She's pretty little.
Yeah, she's a little girl, but she's actually intimidating.
I love that scene where she just like chops off, or someone chops off that guy's head, and it like flops right into like what's his name, Boyd Holbrook, yeah, and it goes like right in front of his feet. Oh man, I love that. That was hilarious, and it's coming right up. Here we go.
Oh, yep, here we go.
Show us the head. Godzilla, and I personally like the prequel, but that's just me. That's fair. It's well made, but it's not anything special. Godzilla. I actually really like Mockingjay parts 1 and 2 as well. Interesting. Yeah, come on.
Oh, here's the part with the head.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like, this is you in about 24 hours.
This is you in 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm booking it. Get into another country.
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah. He's like treating her like she's a dog. He said, that's going to help.
Oh! Oh!
Definitely a violent film. This is definitely in the competition with things like John Rambo and Django Unchained for some of the most violent films I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is one of the most violent films I've ever seen, but you know what? I love that it doesn't hold back.
Because that gives it more emotion because they had to make a rated R because they were going to do the Dead Wolverine storyline, and you can't PG-13ify that. It has to be rated R or it won't work.
Exactly.
Or it'll be one of the most cheap, unbelievably bad films you can ever see.
Exactly. That's exactly what would happen.
I like how you're so friendly with like how you're always like exactly just like agree with everyone. Meanwhile, me, I'm quite the opposite at times. Oh man. And what's your dog's name again?
My dog's name is actually Bucky, believe it or not.
Bucky. You really should have watched one of the films that has Bucky.
Yeah.
I'm due for a rewatch of the like entire phase 1 through 3 of MCU. I love the first 3 phases.
Yeah, the first 3 phases are great. Like, that's something we should also do. Watch alongs of the MCU films, because actually, there's probably going to be some references or, like, jokes in Deadpool, because obviously, the I'm Marvel Jesus. Oh, no, I
Yeah.
just said, in Deadpool and Wolverine the trailer where he's like, I am Marvel Jesus.
Oh yeah, that was in the teaser. I love that. Yeah, I love they made it like a remember the part in like the ending of the trailer where Deadpool talks about how no cocaine. That's what the thing that Feige said that we're not allowed to do.
Yes, I remember that line.
That was hilarious. That's like they're being self-aware of what they can and can't do.
Yeah, exactly. With Deadpool, you gotta make it rated R.
Oh yeah. Yet they do have a film where he's in a PG-13 rating, and it's full on Deadpool with Once Upon a Time and Deadpool. Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I don't think it got any good responses.
Actually, it did. People thought it was good enough. They did think that it felt unnecessary because they want a version of Deadpool. They're going to watch the rated R version, but it's something that they're like, it's fun to show your kids because it's still fun and it's Deadpool 2, but not rated R, so they can have fun with it. So kids that really wanted to see Deadpool are able to do that, and so it's not a good enough response.
Yeah, exactly. I think the
It didn't change the
PG-13
world
version
or anything, but neither did the second Deadpool, to be honest. It was just like more of the first, and that's good enough because the first one was awesome.
The first one was awesome.
There's no way you saw first one in theaters, did you?
Oh no, actually, that's a weird, interesting scenario where when the first Deadpool came out, I actually didn't go see it in theaters because my mom was, saying she didn't think it looked appropriate, and some of my friends who saw it, said, "Oh, it's not just the violence that was the thing. There was also some,
Nudity.
sex and nudity."
There's a lot. There's a lot. Man. But did you see 2?
I did see 2 in theaters, and then after I saw the second one, my mom said, I guess at this point you can watch the first one because you saw the second one.
You saw the second before the first?
Yeah, I did see. I know that's weird. I saw the second one before the first one, and I know it's a case of people would often say, what is more like, rated R in terms of the content? Like, is the second one more inappropriate or more hard R than the first? Or is it actually slightly toned down, compared to the first one?
How did your mom find out if it was worse?
If my mom found out it was worse, she wouldn't have let me watch it.
I mean, but how did she find out that it wasn't?
I guess like we looked at like the parents' guide.
Yeah, so they did that. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, we looked. Oh yes, that's how we found out. We looked at the parents' guide and we found out compared to the first one, it's like slightly toned down.
No, slightly.
Or no, okay, no.
It's very toned down.
Yeah, very toned down. Like, I mean, there's still tons of like language and obviously very violent.
It does definitely. They do in terms of just what they say verbally about the sexual stuff. It's just as bad as the first one, but in terms of what they actually show, it is significantly toned down.
Yeah, the first one. One of the things people loved about the first one is how much they showed and got away with it.
Oh, But that scene with where Deadpool is regrowing his legs. That
Oh God, yes, I remember that one.
What did the theater think of that?
I think everyone started laughing. Started laughing, and some people were even like, going like, "Oh God," and like, doing like their mouth palm is like, like putting their hands over their mouth, going like, "Oh God."
And then
that was funny.
And then that one guy that's seen the first like goes over to the mom that's like, "Oh man," and then is like, "Yeah, just wait till you see the first one."
Yeah, that was funny as well.
Like, pervert.
Yeah, pervert.
Oh man, but man, that was a great scene. Really funny. Well, what do you think got the biggest laugh out of the theater in the second one?
Oh, I'm actually glad you brought that up. When it got to like say the end credit,
I knew it.
I mean, obviously the Deadpool one was obvious because we talked about how much X-Men Origins Wolverine, while it's entertaining, that movie destroyed. It's talking
an abomination
destroyed
to the X-Men franchise. It's a fun film, but it's an abomination.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, and the worst thing about that film, or one of the worst things, was what it did to Deadpool. So seeing Deadpool, or comic accurate Deadpool kill Weapon 11 Deadpool was just so hilarious.
Yeah, what do they think of the Green Lantern part?
Oh, that one actually got a huge laugh out of my mom because they obviously did a thing where, we get a cameo where it's Ryan Reynolds as himself, and then Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool kills Ryan Reynolds.
It's just like so meta, just like so many multi-layers.
Yep.
And they didn't show the Hitler thing, did they?
No, they didn't. And my younger brother was even saying, so basically Ryan Reynolds just killed himself.
Wait, your little brother got to see it too?
Yeah, I can't remember how old he was at the time because I can't remember how old he was, but my younger brother did go see it.
Man, it's definitely. Look. So, are you the oldest?
Of my brothers, I am the middle one.
Oh. Well, what did you think of the opening where they make fun of Logan's death?
The opening was funny, even though I know they made fun of it, but I know it's supposed to be, that's the point. It's like a joke where he's like, the hairy guy, ants,
First, he copies my R rating, and then he has the nerve to die on me? The jerk. Man, I love that part. Like, that was really funny.
That was really funny. Guess what,
Wolfie? That's basically what happened.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Deadpool came out, it made a lot of money, it got great reviews, people loved it, and became, at the time, the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. So the studio was like, if they like R-rated films, why don't we make an R-rated Wolverine film? So, and then they make that up, and then Deadpool's like, oh yeah, material, baby.
Yeah.
But I also have another theory about Deadpool 3 where, can you guess the 3 comic book films that Ryan Reynolds has done that people did not like?
There was, obviously there was Origins, but there was also Green Lantern, and how can I go without mentioning Blade Trinity?
You don't like that one, do you?
Blade Trinity, I mean, me personally, I don't hate it, but it was, compared to the first two, it was a definite disappointment.
Yeah, so he's done many jabs against Green Lantern and Origins, like where the bad guy's like, I should probably sew your mouth shut. And he's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And
yes,
where he's like, and please don't make the super suit green or animated. And then of course, like the double middle finger jab he does with like the end credits of the second one, but he's yet to go into Trinity yet. So I have a feeling there's going to be some Trinity jabs in the third film.
Yeah, there's probably going to be, because I know it's like, obviously there was quite a few problems, and I think I even read that both Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds didn't get along, or just Wesley Snipes didn't like Ryan Reynolds.
He didn't. Snipes didn't like him, so I have a feeling. I believe Snipes is also going to be in Deadpool 3. I believe that was a rumor, but if so, he's going to have a field day with that one, possibly.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, the comedy's going to be gold.
It's gonna be gold.
Godzilla. I personally love the Godfather movies, and the characters being unlikable is kind of the point, and it's emphasized further in the second. Oh, I know that, but it just makes it so unpleasant to have to watch. Frankie, my live stream got disabled. Sorry to hear that. Connor, sup, Ledger and Drew. Sup.
What's up?
Thank you for being here. He's one of your regulars, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, this song that they actually placed in Django Unchained, remember?
Oh yes, I do think I remember.
Since I saw Django, that's going to be the song of my Everything I Watched Last Week rank that comes out tomorrow. I already have it scheduled. I already have the thing scheduled, so it's going to go live. It's going to come out at 7 o'clock.
I will definitely check it out.
7 a.m. on Monday. You may be angry at one thing.
All right.
I'll spoil this for you if you want.
You can spoil it, but
You
I'll still
probably
watch
know this because you probably aren't as active on Letterboxd as some other people are, but I actually watched Whiplash for the first time.
Yes.
And loved it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yep.
It's not even cracking my top 10.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I got a lot of great films that year. Not that year. I got a lot of great films I watched last week. It was
Okay.
It was almost concerning, but like a film kid has said, that's his favorite film, so he's gonna be furious that it didn't even crack the top 10.
Oh boy, yeah. He told me how much he loved it. He's probably gonna get mad.
He's like, "You have no right to put this film this low."
Yep,
Man.
he's gonna explode.
Can I watch? Yeah, man, that would be funny. But the comment section is gonna roar if Whiplash isn't even in the top 10, and that's not even gonna be the thing that's gonna get him the most angry.
Really?
Yeah, I even made a joke about this as the week of hot takes for me because have you ever heard of Studio Ghibli?
I have heard of Studio Ghibli.
They made a slightly popular film. Maybe you've heard of it. Not that popular. It's called Spirited Away.
I have heard of Spirited Away, actually.
And I watched it, and I hated it.
Oh, really?
One of the most popular and beloved films of all time. People are like, this film is fantastic. It's changed my life. Man, this is the most greatest thing of all time. And then I watch it, and then I gave it a 2-star on Letterboxd, and I say, it was awful. And that is another one where the comment section erupted fast.
Really?
Hilarious. You want to get some people angry at you, all you have to do is insult a Studio Ghibli film.
Yeah, that'll probably do the trick.
Mm-hmm. The more popular, the better. The more popular, the better the reaction. But that's actually going to be my last place for that week. And I saw nearly 20 films, or I think 20 films.
Really? You did?
Yeah, and there's some old Planet of the Apes films like Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest for the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton remake I saw all that week, and the fact that they're all making it above Spirited Away, my comment section is going to murder me. It's hilarious.
Oh man, be ready.
Especially the Burton remake. People hate that one.
I've heard that. A lot of people said,
it sucked.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't good, but I would definitely take it over pretty much all the other ones. But I've only seen Rise and Dawn right now. I saw Dawn in surround sound because we have a surround sound player thing now. So, dude, that is how you watch a movie. Like watching Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in surround sound, I have no words. It's mesmerizing, to be honest.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is my favorite of the reboot like, prequel movies.
Yeah, the reboot trilogy. I'm so pumped for War. Actually, Dawn is in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. I loved it.
Me too. I loved it, and I know some people may prefer War, but I actually thought Dawn was better.
A lot of people like to jump on the hill and say that they like Dawn more, but say that objectively War is probably the better film.
Right, War is objectively better, but they like Dawn more.
But it's also because a lot of times, like off of rewatchability, you have Dawn, which you can rewatch that film, but War, I hear, is really emotional, like really sad.
Yeah, War is
Especially the ending.
definitely
Apparently
emotional.
I've had that ending spoiled. I will not turn you guys into me, so I will not spoil the ending, but I know what the ending is, sadly. But can you think of any films that you have seen in the theater and immediately hated?
Immediately hated. Oh, trying to think. Immediately hated. Well, I know one. There's Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh man,
Trying to think of other ones.
pretty
Saw
rough.
it in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that. Go on, hold on.
Oh, it's okay.
I was saying that's a rough one.
Oh yeah, it was just really boring.
So is its predecessor, to be honest.
That's fair. And when I saw it in theaters, part of me, when I left the theater, I was saying to myself, imagine I actually would have preferred if we just saw Bohemian Rhapsody again.
This is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, because I mean, I even told that to some of my teachers at the school, at my old school, that when I walked out, I said, you know what? I really enjoyed Bohemian Rhapsody. I would have preferred to go see that movie again because at least that one, was entertaining.
That one was actually watchable.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wait, have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody? Just curious.
No, I was like imitating you, like as a
Oh,
that will be like your reaction.
yeah. But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was actually watchable and good, whereas Crimes of Grindelwald was just pretty much a bore and hard to get through.
Yeah, what was Bohemian Rhapsody about?
It was the biopic about the rock band Queen.
Oh. Okay, Connor, what's your favorite Tim Burton film?
Oh, I mean, I would probably say like the only ones I've seen are actually just, the two Batman films he did. So basically Batman 89 and Batman Returns. I don't think I've seen anything else.
Which one do you prefer?
Probably Batman Returns.
Fair. It's like the Dark Knight. It's like the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight Rises, where one of the biggest flaws is that he's not really in the film. He's very overshadowed in that the villains take up the villains are by far the show of the film. So
Yeah, definitely.
they definitely steal Batman's spotlight. But for me, I haven't seen too many of his films, so I'll probably go with A Nightmare Before Christmas. Definitely a distinct film by him. Like you can tell when you watch it that he made it, but it's a decent one. I really like that one. Definitely one you should probably get onto.
I will definitely put that on my watch list.
But do you know what I'm noticing that I do not like?
What?
We have a Father's Day, we have a Mother's Day, we have a birthday, but our dogs do not get any credit. Why don't we have a Dog's Day for something?
Well, I
Like,
know
why
there's
is
a
there
Happy
a
National
Washington?
Dog Day.
Huh?
I thought there's a Happy National Dog Day thing.
There is?
Yeah,
Why
because
has nobody
sometimes my
told me
mom.
about this?
In fact, hold on a second. Happy National Dog Day. August 26th.
Oh, never mind. Why did nobody inform me about this? This is outrageous. Have you ever celebrated it with your dog?
I have. Sometimes what we've done is like, sometimes it's nothing like super major. We just like, like I sometimes will play fetch with him.
And then at the end of the day, you guys rewatch Iron Will together because it's a masterpiece.
Yes, definitely.
And then you move on to another masterpiece like Quantum of Solace.
Yes.
I had to throw that in there. It was too hard. I couldn't resist it. I mean, I'm not wrong. Okay, technically. Okay, yeah, I am, but still. It's an underrated film, guys. We all know it. There's just some people that I guess don't really like the choreography, which is fair. It's not shot the best, but it's only like really in one scene. When people say it's like all the action's unwatchable, it's like there's one scene where it's edited really badly, but other than that, it's not. No. Yeah, but Godzilla, what is your favorite Planet of the Apes movie? Right now, mine's Dawn.
Same. Mine is Dawn.
But I love Rise as well.
Rise was great too.
I gave Rise a 5 out of 5 off the bat. It's a fantastic film. Godzilla, the Planet of the Apes trilogy is surprisingly underrated. If War sticks a landing, that'll probably be my favorite movie trilogy of all time.
War was great.
Okay, then I have no fear. Connor, my favorite Tim Burton movie is either Beetlejuice or Batman Returns. Oh, Beetlejuice is solid.
I have not watched Beetlejuice in a long time.
Oh, so you have seen another one besides that?
Yeah, I have seen it. It's just been so long.
It's decent. Do you remember the table scene?
No, I don't remember that scene.
It's the scene where like Beetlejuice takes over them and like possesses them, so they do like that very funny, like they do the slapstick they do a scene where like all of them are dancing at the table to a certain song and they can't help it, and like their faces are shocked but they're dancing and it looks hilarious.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember seeing that on YouTube. That's
Yeah, did you see the trailer for the second one?
I still didn't see that, but I saw a poster for it, and I'm thinking of maybe seeing it or just waiting till it's out on streaming.
Maybe wait till it's out on streaming. If you like rewatch the first one, you're like, yeah, this film was fantastic, then I would recommend you see it. If you love the first one, if you're just like it's decent, I would probably maybe just wait. It's not like a waste all your entire money on, especially when you have something like Deadpool 3 that's going to be coming out probably around that same time, or Quiet Place Day 1, all these like really top tier films.
Yeah, Deadpool is something that out of all the films coming out this summer, I'm looking forward to that one the most easily.
Same, because Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is my most anticipated, is not coming out until it's actually less than a month away.
Yeah, it's coming out in May. I think May 10th, so actually relatively soon.
Oh man, I'm so excited! But like I cannot shut up about, I have a ranking with my buddies where we're doing several now sci-fi franchises: the Men in Black, Jurassic Park, Terminator, Predator, Alien, and Planet of the Apes. So Romulus and Kingdom are both going to be on the list. So I'm going to need to see both in theaters. Very excited. Godzilla, Quantum of Solace is overhated. Drew's like, no comment.
Well, actually, no. I did rewatch it recently, and yeah,
You
actually,
did? You did?
What?
You did?
Yeah, I did rewatch it, and I gotta be honest, it's actually not as bad as I remember. I think I was just being way too hard on it, and especially considering that when I did that, least favorite or worst list of 2008 and 9, I think I came to the realization of, okay, I was definitely being way too hard on this movie, and plus, when it came to other movies that year, there were worse 2008 movies than Quantum of Solace, like Cough Cough, The Happening.
Victory! But you've got to do a video saying, I apologize sincerely to Daniel Craig and Quantum of Solace, because it's not that bad.
I will definitely do a video where I apologize. Like, apologies to Daniel Craig. Quantum of Solace is not that bad.
It was definitely better than it's definitely one of the better Bond films.
It's definitely one of the better films, because I hear the worst one is, what is it? Die Another Day.
That's my second least favorite. My least favorite's A View to a Kill by Roger Moore. Most of the Roger Moore, not a single Roger Moore film got past when I did the tier list ranking of them.
Yeah.
The highest the Roger Moore film got was C tier.
Wow.
I despise Roger Moore as Bond. He quite frankly was insulting to the character.
Yeah, I think that's fair. People would probably say the best Bond is like, either
Casino
Daniel.
Royale or Goldfinger or Skyfall for Much With Love, Goldeneye. Those are always ones I hear mentioned.
Yes, those guys, definitely.
Goldfinger's a classic. Skyfall and Casino Royale are genuinely great films that in the future will probably be hailed as classics. From Much With Love is also pretty much a classic. Then you have Goldeneye, which is also genuinely just a great film.
Yeah, Goldeneye was excellent.
Man, I love this, like the stroke scene. Like, remember where he's having the attack.
Oh yeah, the seizure scene, and I also love how, despite the fact that Logan was having a tough time trucking through the seizure, he actually still managed to kill all those guys.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. This is a film that definitely deserves the term epic.
It definitely does deserve the term epic. Like, it definitely deserves that term epic. And like, I know I said, in fact, I even kind of brought it up in my top 5 favorite Wolverine movie moments video, where I said best comic book movie ever made. Nothing else comes close, even though some people are going to say, oh, what about all 4 of the Avengers films?
Yeah.
Hot take, I think this is better.
About what? You mean as in this wait, what was better?
Logan compared to all the Avengers movies.
I'm really consider that a hot take. It's definitely a better made film than probably him because it has more emotion to it.
Yeah, definitely. Like
The Avengers movies are definitely more rewatchable, but they're not going for rewatchability with Logan.
Right.
Point. Okay, Connor has a very good question here. Which death was more emotional in you guys' opinion? Iron Man's in Endgame or Logan's in Logan?
Oh. Which one of us will go first?
You.
Okay. See,
I mean, if you can't think of it, I can go first, but
well, actually, no. I thought of a way to describe it.
Go ahead.
If we're going by, like, say, the meaning of the death, like what was the sacrifice for, then you could say Iron Man, because obviously he saved the whole universe, whereas Logan, and not to diss, obviously just saved his daughter from like an evil clone of himself. But I'm going to say this, though. If we're going by the scene where they actually, I'm talking like actually died, I'd actually go Logan, but I'll explain why. Because let's think about Tony in Endgame. His death was sad, and you're sad to see him go. But all you really get is him muttering, "Hey, Pep," and then like he smiles, and then like he dies. Whereas Logan, you actually have him and his daughter like saying things like don't be what they made you, holding hands. She's crying. He says like, so this is what it feels like, and then he dies, and she's like, Daddy. So if we're gonna go by the scene where they actually die, Logan. What would you say?
For me, it's more emotional. So I would say Iron Man. On the one hand, it was the arc is built up through Iron Man through Endgame. He has a very clear arc,
right?
In which he goes from the selfish douchebag to essentially the greatest hero of all time.
Yes,
and sacrifices himself to avenge everyone and make sure that no one else is killed.
Right.
But also keep in mind, it's not as it doesn't impact you as much because he can be a bit of a douchebag many different times throughout the MCU. He may be a hero, but he does say some mean stuff to people. Meanwhile, Logan, it feels like as well as that, they built him up. We grew to know this character. They gave him depth through every film, and you never felt like he was just being like that rude, bully, sick guy. you felt like he was actually just hurt, or he's been living so long. Like, I mean, for example, like the Wolverine, he's like over 100 years old, and he still's awesome, but he's also someone that like doesn't really want to do this. He's always very to himself, and I feel like that also combined with the fact that through almost 2 decades you get to know this character, that combined with the fact and how he dies, where Endgame you can see him smiling like you said, and it feels like he didn't feel too much pain before he dies, because it felt like his arm, it looked like his arm was going numb at that point. So you could tell he was dying, but he at least had his wife with him, and he had his friends with him, and he just goes peacefully. Meanwhile, with Logan, he's trying to protect himself. Throughout this entire film, he is suffering. He is just being torn apart. And where in the last few minutes, like he gets a claw into his shoulder, and then he is carried from his shoulder up by the claw, and then
Yes.
he immediately gets not just stabbed, which he does, he with the claw, but he gets the X-24 then uses this claw and then brings him up, then shoves him into a freaking tree branch, and then you see this wound, and then I'm sorry if I'm ranting it too long.
No, it's okay.
So, are you okay if I continue?
Yes.
But after all this, and you can still tell that he is impaled badly, and like he's being hurt. He's stabbed again and again, and just throughout this entire film, he's coughing. He's just so sad. He is done, and that combined with the fact that we've known him for, like I said, nearly 2 decades, makes you feel so much regret and sadness that we've lost a character that we loved for so long and that we grew up with, but also makes you feel very satisfied because he's been wanting to die for like 50 years. He is he's not wanted to just be like this guy that's like, I need to survive this. There's no way I'm like Tony. He did not want to kill himself. He did not want to put on that glove, but he knew it was his life or 50% of 50% of the population. Logan, on the other hand, he doesn't want to live. He wants to die. He tries it many times. Like he contemplates shooting himself with an adamantium bullet. And so in that last act, when he finally is like, this is what it feels like, it makes you feel so emotional that he's finally gone and he's finally at peace. He's not feeling any more pain anymore. And combined with the score that they do, like in the last few minutes with like the monologue from Laura,
Yes.
and combined with like that score that you hear, that's very undertone and very in the background, but also just so meaningful.
Yeah.
That really gets in your heart and makes you feel so just that it gives me more emotional and makes me really want to cry. It's just something's wrong with me to where I've tried. When I watch something like the ending of T2 or the ending of Logan, I try to feel like an actual human being and cry, but I never can. Ugh, but sorry guys, that was me not knowing how to shut up. So that was my long rant about why I think Logan, it means more in the death and is more emotional than Iron Man's death in Endgame.
That I totally agree with. In fact, I'll be honest. Anytime I see the Logan death scene, I honestly cannot help but tear up. It's like, oh my god.
I mean, I always do that thing where I'm just like, you can tell I'm like pouting and stuffing, but it's almost impossible for me to shed a tear.
Exactly.
When I'm watching a movie, I'm almost incapable. Like it's something wrong with me physically. It's just, why can't I do it? But man, I hope that speech meant something to you because it took a lot. Oh man,
it definitely meant something to me.
Oh man, but thank you, Connor, for that fantastic question. Godzilla, what do you think of the announcement of Beetlejuice 2? It looks okay. What are your thoughts?
I think, I think this movie could go either way. It could be a fun sequel that's like maybe not as good as the first one, but still good. Or it could just be a movie that, while entertaining, wasn't exactly the most necessary.
Yeah, it's like one of those films like they are running out of ideas, so they pull out like one of their 80s properties out of their back pocket, dust it off, and it's like, okay, who do we have here? Beetlejuice. Yeah, just scratch another Beetlejuice on there and we'll call it a sequel. Go on.
Yep,
Yeah. But it's sad Hollywood's been doing that lately.
they have been doing that.
Godzilla says, Die Another Day was cancer, but admittedly enjoyable cancer.
Oh, man.
That's certainly a statement. It's not wrong, but I wouldn't know if enjoyable would be the word I would use. Especially not after that surfing on that CGI wave. Yikes. Connor, well, that's going to be it for me. See you, Ledger and Drew. See you, man. Thank you for being here. Always good to have you here. And same thing with Drew. Always good to have him here. Drew, have you listened to 9 Inch Nails? If you have, what's your favorite album from them?
I have heard of them, but I actually have not heard any of their songs or albums. When it comes to, like, famous, classic bands, I'm more into, like, Queen, Queen music. Like, I love Queen music. I don't know about you. But I haven't heard 9 Inch Nails, but I should probably get on that.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest music guy. I'm more of a movie guy,
Okay.
so I've heard of them, I think, by name, but I've never heard any of their songs. And quick question, have you ever heard of the song Blinding Lights?
Oh, yes, The Weekend.
Yeah,
That's a good song. I
that
have
might be my
heard
favorite
that.
song of all time. I love that song.
Ooh, I'm blinded by the light.
No, I can't sleep until I feel your touch. Such a great song.
Definitely a great song.
Considering the story, isn't that the basic story of that song like about a dude that's like drunk?
Yeah, I think it's like that's what it's about. It's about drunk.
About being drunk. Oh man. No wonder I don't relate. No wonder I don't relate to it. Frankie says I'm so hot. Yeah, we're getting to that point where it's getting some pretty hot. Frankie, because I was singing because tomorrow I'm making a song at school to go on social media. Interesting.
Oh, I see. In fact, actually, fun fact: at my old school, we actually had an event where you could do performances, and I actually did sing as well.
Who let the dogs out?
Well,
Wasn't
actually,
that
I didn't
one?
do that one, but I did some other songs.
Although you did do that in you did wait, didn't you lip sync that?
Oh yeah, I did. There was a time I was at a lip sync. We had like TA Olympics, and I lip synced the song "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen.
Yeah, but there's one thing I forgot to mention when you posted something on Instagram with like the thing where you had like the dog thing and you had the him next
Oh
to
yes,
Strays. When you had the
yeah.
poster of next to Strays, and I wanted so badly to say, "How dare you insult your dog by putting him next to that by putting him next to an abomination like that." I don't know
Oh,
if you saw Strays, but I'm telling you, it was. Did you see it?
I did see Strays, and since I'm such a dog lover, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But if you hated it, I understand.
I despised it. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I have two brothers.
All right.
And when you get two brothers, let's just say you get a lot of crass potty humor.
Yep.
And I get burned out on that. I was fine. I mean, I liked crass humor when I was little. I have since outgrown it almost to a comical level. Like I despise that humor. So the fact that there are so many of those jokes in there and that the only gags they have are like a dog biting off a person's, let's just
Oh
say, a
God.
place that would their kids would not thank them for because they wouldn't be born. I'll just
Yeah.
say that. That's just, I didn't like that joke at all. And I despise stuff like the jokes about the F, like the fact that the dogs will not stop saying the F word. Oh, man. And The only joke that mildly landed was maybe that one about the dog, like saying, remember the scene where like that dog that talks to himself is like, it's good that she doesn't know that my dog owner, I mean that my owner is a serial killer and that she's going to be one of the victims.
No, jeez.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I
I
remember
thought
that.
that one, that one
Actually
got a
funny.
chuckle out of me. I thought that one was funny. Other than that, I hated the film. I think I give it a 1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, which might have been generous.
Oh wow.
But I mean, if you're a dog lover and you're like, hey, I did, it's not good, but because of like some of the like the dog stuff, I can enjoy it for what it is. I can understand that. But if you like try and tell me it's genuinely a great film, I'm like,
Oh
are you
no,
spoiled
no,
or
it's
something?
not.
But you at least know it's probably a bad film.
No,
That's
it's
all I need.
definitely like guilty pleasure material.
Yeah, something like The Secret Life of Pets, which I also do not like at all.
I heard it was not good.
So you never seen The Secret Life of Pets?
No, but I just heard it was not very good, and I think they even made a sequel to it.
They did. The sequel's fine. The sequel's enjoyable. I would
Okay.
recommend getting onto him just to see the sequel, but the first one, it has its moments, but overall is a really boring film and is very bad. But there's like individual moments that are good. Like there's a scene where you have a cat, like she like to wake her owner up, she like starts hacking out like a hairball onto the her owner's bed to get her up. And then like the owner like wakes up and is like, no, don't do it. And then the cat sees this and is just like looking at her and then goes like, and then like just comes out.
Oh man.
There's that. That was funny. There's a scene involving the same cat. Her name is I can't remember. Godzilla, if you've seen the film, please help me. But the same cat then like, so there's a scene where she gets a bit clumsy, so she accidentally like trips on something, so she falls into like a bowl of Cheetos. Then she like gets out, then her feet go into a bunch of cupcakes because she fell into those. And then like I think then she accidentally falls into a bunch of juice, and then she
Oh
like
man.
and then she falls into like a dryer, like a dishwasher or something. And then when she comes out, like she looks hilarious. And then like they're walking on like in New York City, do you know how they have like those things where they have big advertisements where thousands of people can see it because it's such a big
Oh
city?
yes. Yes.
And then there's like this thing where since it was caught on camera, it then shows it and you see everyone laughing and the cat notices. And since they're on that screen, the cat's like, it's so small, but it's like it's like, stop, look away. And it's hilarious.
It
That, and there's a bunch of dog jokes that you'll get that are pretty funny, but not a really good film. But the
all
more
right.
crass the humor is, the more likely I am to dislike it.
All right.
But again, could be like Strays. You may like it for the dog stuff.
I'll probably like it for the dog stuff.
Okay. Godzilla stuff like the windsurfing scene that is what makes Die Another Day so hilariously terrible. It's hilariously terrible. I would say that it's hilarious and how bad it is. Frankie is actually gonna go on Spotify. I was dancing too much and now sitting on my couch like a little baby. Godzilla, Drew, you should definitely get into 9 Inch Nails at some point.
I will definitely get onto them.
Logan may be nearly 200 years old, but he knows what to do.
He definitely knows what to do.
Godzilla, I've seen The Secret Life of Pets, but I don't remember everything about it. I mean, if you were like able to like look it up real quick, that's what I meant. Since I'm like I'm busy here trying to talk to him and also watch this film. Man, is it a good film?
It is definitely a great film. Oh wait, I think I know this scene. This is the one with Professor X in bed.
Oh, I don't know if this is coming. It's so soon. We're only like an hour 22. There's no way. No, come on, someone. Come on. No, not yet. I can't deal with this now.
Oh boy.
Did you predict this was going to happen, or were you
When
genuinely
I saw it in okay, wait, when I saw it in theaters,
were you genuinely shocked with this, or could you tell that it wasn't Logan?
I was genuinely shocked because at first when I saw the clone, I was kind of thinking to myself, "Wait a minute, he looks young. What's going on?" And then I
When
thought
did
it
it
was
look
like
like he
a
stabs him?
yeah, I was shocked, and I thought maybe it's just a nightmare. But as the scene goes on, it's like no, they reveal it's like a clone of Wolverine. Like this isn't nightmare. This is real, and Professor X actually got stabbed to death.
Oh man, they also make it dark in the sense that it looks like he might have gone in cardiac arrest or something, to where you can tell that he's still breathing, but it doesn't look like he's registering it. So, to him, because he's so old and can't look right, it looks like the final thing he saw was that his supposed friend, because he can't tell that it was a clone, he can tell
Right.
that his supposed friend just stabbed him.
Exactly.
That's what hurts the most in that scene. That like it doesn't even look like he was registering that it was Logan when he's like, it wasn't me. That's the part that hurts the most.
Yeah, that's the part that definitely hurts the most.
Who saw this in theaters with you?
Me, my mom, and my younger brother. Oh God, here it comes.
No, don't do it. No, no,
Oh,
no.
oh my God.
Oh, what did your mom think of this?
My mom thought it was a really good film, and yeah, she was even surprised how brutal it was. Like she didn't
What did you
expect
think
that
of the
both.
scene where he stabs her, him?
She was surprised when Professor X died.
And she must have also been surprised when this kid gets killed.
Yeah. Oh, oof. That's another thing. She was even shocked that not only does this whole family die, she was also surprised how violent this film got. In particular in this scene.
Well, I mean, I got 3 followers today. I'm doing pretty good.
Nice.
3 followers on Letterboxd.
Awesome.
Just got a notification. Oh man.
Uh-oh. Oh, the dad's running up to see what's going on. Oh!
Oh man.
Oh, that was brutal.
Your dad not a theater guy?
Well, no, he does sometimes go to the theaters, but he didn't really see any. He doesn't really watch any of these movies. He's not
So he
really
didn't
into
see this
them.
one?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't go to the theaters. It was just me, my younger brother, and my mom.
What did your little brother think of this?
He said it was really good. We all thought it was a great movie.
No, why was I? Why'd they have to release this in 2017? Would have been old enough. Oh. They better do a re-release of this.
Yeah, they better do a re-release. So
I need to see this in theaters.
yeah, seeing this in theaters was amazing.
And what did your little brother and your mother think of the scene where, of course, the impalement? Were you guys expecting it?
They were not expecting it, and they both said it was very not only brutal, but it was so gut wrenching the way Professor X went out.
I mean, the impalement scene with Wolverine.
Oh no, the Wolverine. Oh yeah, they were definitely shocked at that. They couldn't believe how brutal it got when it came to that because yeah, Professor X's death was brutal. Wolverine's death, I would argue, was even worse.
Yeah, no, I don't even know if there's anyone that would argue with that, because at least it's quick with Charles, because it's only a stab and then it just comes right out. And
Right.
there's not really any gore. Then you have Wolverine, who not only gets impaled harder and to some extent even more brutally than Professor X was, but then he gets lifted up, shoved into a freaking tree branch, and then stabbed again. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Wolverine's death was way more brutal. Oh my god! Oh!
And this is why you never anger Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds. Which he's about to notice, because they've been shown in like the marketing for because you can tell that Wolverine stabs Deadpool in it. They have like
Yeah.
photos of it.
Yeah, he
I loved
stabs
how
him in a not good area.
I loved how they made fun of the fact that they were getting spied on set. So like Ryan Reynolds started releasing like fake things where like Deadpool, Wolverine, and like with them talking to like a predator.
Yeah. Oh
I
god.
loved how he was like, "You guys want to do this? Fine, we're playing this game." Oh man! And have you seen all the Predator films?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of the Alien versus Predator movies?
The first one I think is solid enough. You know, it's like dumb fun. I hear the second one is really bad.
Oh yeah, like the first one's not winning any Oscars or anything, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And then the second one doesn't even accomplish that. Which
Yeah,
means
exactly. The second
like,
one was just
wait,
awful.
a PG-13 Alien versus Predator is good. But then the rated R one, which is what we were wanting, is awful. How is this possible? How do you screw this up?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's the fans' complaint. Like, this isn't like this was one of the first cases, and then not too long after that, then there was Die Hard, where Live Free or Die Hard was PG-13. Fans went nuts, but it was actually not even a bad movie. And then a good. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, then you get the thing that then you get that thing that came out in 2013, and that thing was not really good. Luckily for me, there are only 4 Die Hard coasters. There's the 4 that come in like a Blu-ray set or something, and then you get that extra coaster.
Yep.
And it's also a running joke with things like every time, like Alien and Predator, Terminator, RoboCop. Okay, not RoboCop because most people agree that the PG-13 one is the worst, but Terminator and Die Hard. Every time they go PG-13 in the rated R franchise, it's almost always hilarious how it's almost never the worst. Like in the Terminator franchise, Rise of the Machines is easily the worst of them, and that one's rated R. And Genesis and Salvation are PG-13 and are miles better.
Yeah, exactly. Those ones were PG-13, but they were actually improvements over 3.
They're genuine, and they genuinely Genesis isn't great, but at least it tried something. Meanwhile, Rise of the Machine just straight up, it has no story basically because it just takes the story of the first 2 films and copies them, but nowhere near as good. At least Genesis, while not being great, it at least tried. It tried its hardest and did something, and I respect it for at least trying something and falling on its face than I do Rise of the Machines for just copying something because it knew that it would probably work because it worked in the first 2.
Yes, definitely.
That is what you call whoever wrote that. They were dummies. We'll just say that.
100% agree.
Yep. Godzilla. Have you listened to Alice in Chains? No.
Nope.
Frankie, you listen to the song when it out? No, I don't have Spotify. Godzilla. Drew, what do you think of the Alien movies and how would you rank them? You want to go first?
Yes. So out of the Alien franchise, I've actually only seen 3. I have seen the first 2 and Covenant. I didn't bother with Prometheus, Alien 3, or Resurrection, because I hear 3 and 4 are not good.
That's an understatement.
Actually, wait, no, I'll go a step further. I hear they're horrible.
Again, that's an understatement.
They're abominations.
Once again, understatement.
Okay. Anyways, of the 3,
sorry, I had
to. So out of the 3 I've seen, obviously I'd go Covenant last.
I mean, Covenant's good, but it's not. It's not near the first 2.
Oh yeah, no, it was a good movie, but nowhere near as good as the first 2.
Yeah, but sorry, I keep cutting you off. But go on.
That's okay, no worries. Then I go Alien, and I think Aliens is my favorite of the franchise.
Oh man, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but wait, did you see Covenant in theaters?
No, I actually did not go see that one in theaters. I just know that when the Blu-ray came out, my brother got it, and he let me borrow use the digital copy of it, so I watched it. And it was
Prometheus
not bad. It was good.
Prometheus is good. You should check that one out. But everyone knows that line from Aliens, "Get away from her, you." Sorry, I had to pull a Live for your Die Hard and censor myself.
Oh, okay.
You were like, what the heck did he just do?
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute, what the?
Oh, man. It actually might have been a cleaner version of that censor than Live Free or Die Hard was.
Yep.
Man, why do they have to neuter John McClane? Okay, so I'll answer this after one thing. Frank, yeah, I think Die Hard 4 is the best Die Hard second. Okay, I can't tell what. Godzilla Drew, I thought Prometheus was pretty good. Better than Covenant, personally. Fair, Covenant is just basically a retelling of the first two, to be honest. It's very much a rehash. Like, there's overt stuff in there, like did you notice it?
Yeah, I noticed how there were some elements of the first one where it sets up, like, the crew.
Like,
and then, of course,
infected and, like, they're getting infected and, like, getting the xenomorphs in them. And then, like, and of course, like, the ending with, like, the girl against the alien.
yes, the ending was pretty much Alien combined with Aliens. And then, of course, like you said, there was, obviously, I think someone got infected or people got infected because, yeah, there was that obvious backburster scene, which, oh, man.
Oh, man, that's a pretty gnarly one. I actually thought that was pretty good. The CGI wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, that scene was really gory.
Oh, yeah. Frankie says it'll be on TikTok too. Okay, I don't have TikTok, sadly. Do you?
No, actually, I do have TikTok.
Oh. Godzilla Drew, I think you should get Alice in Chains as well.
I will definitely
get
get
Godzilla, I'm trying to find somewhere to watch the assassination of Jesse James, so I'm trying to get onto it now. It should be coming out. Hopefully, I will get a review out for it soon. Ranking my ranking the Alien movies: last Alien 3, then 4, then 5. So 5 is no, that's Prometheus. Then 2 Aliens, then Alien, but 2 and 1 are neck and neck. Okay, I don't think you've seen Covenant then. Okay, so where was the comment? Okay, Godzilla asked me what's my ranking of the Alien franchise. I always go back and forth, but because one's unwatchable, the other one's not an unwatchable film. It's just a really boring film that's extremely offensive. But in the end, I would go probably last Requiem because it's a horrible film just in general, and at least Alien 3. While I actively dislike that opening, after that, it's technically not a bad film. It has David Fincher in it as like the director. It has David Fincher promise. You can tell that it's by him. So it would be those two last, and then Resurrection. Astronomical jump in quality. Like, it's almost pathetic, the difference. Like, it's like this, then you have like about 1,000 feet. Actually, no, that's being generous. You have like, give me something. Give me a big distance. It's like the difference between Live Free or Die Hard and A Good Day to Die Hard. It's like that big. Like, so then you have Prometheus, then Covenant, then Alien, and then Aliens. Although the first two are classics.
The first two are definitely classics and the best of the franchise.
Oh, yeah. The Aliens having a re-release. I'm going to try and see it.
That would be a really cool re-release.
I've already seen 3 films on a re-release. I've seen Die Hard on its re-release in December. I saw Shawshank in its re-release, and I saw The Matrix in its re-release.
Nice.
I saw Shawshank and The Matrix within the same month, I think. That was awesome. Like, dude, you gotta find some way to do something like that. It's awesome. Man. But have you ever seen a film on a re-release?
I actually have not, believe it or not. I mean, I know one of my theaters was like having Shrek 2, but then when I realized
we don't speak those words around here. Those are the forbidden words. Anything that starts with Shrek and ends with Shrek, no words. No, we don't talk about those unwatchable things. Those things that are an insult to humanity, even though a lot of people like it.
That's fair, but I will say this though, since it did come out the same year as in 2004, which was the same year as Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, I would
Oh.
like to see. Or do you not like that one either? I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. Did you not see my comment? I love that one.
Oh no. Actually, no way. I did see your comment, and you did say you love Spider-Man 2.
It's always back and forth between which one's my favorite Spider-Man film, that one or the.
Oh, okay.
So I enjoy it. It's the fact that anyone would even say that it's anywhere that Shrek 2 is anywhere close to better. Oh, I said the forbidden words. Bad ledger, bad ledger, bad ledger. I'll put myself in a timeout for a second. Well, second over. Couldn't do it for too long. My ego would not allow me.
But I would love to catch like a re-release of the first two Raimi Spider-Mans.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm gonna try and see Alien on a re-release, and hopefully, since I'm hoping that they might do a re-release of The Last Crusade.
Oh, I would love that because Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Great choice, my friend. It is always a close call between that and Raiders. It's just I can't even justify that, to be honest. It's just I prefer Raiders for some reason.
That's fair. Raiders is a great movie.
Like, both are basically flawless films. Okay, not Raiders. Raiders has that little issue where there's the scene where Indiana Jones like just is remember when he's getting down in the truck scene?
Oh yes.
When he gets on the floor, it does strain a little bit of belief because it's like he would have been at least tarnished up a bit. Like he would have at least gotten scraped a bit.
Yes, definitely.
But Last Crusade's basically perfect.
Yes, Last Crusade, I can't think of one flaw.
Me neither. And this is the guy, and I always bring this up, that can flaw The Dark Knight. I'm really good at flawing films.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone. You heard me. Deal with it. Frankie, I don't include Prometheus or Alien versus Predator movies, probably because he's not a big fan of Alien versus Predator, I'm guessing, and because Prometheus is technically not really an alien film. The xenomorphs are barely in it. There's like one scene where also one of my biggest flaws with Prometheus and Covenant that they share is that the characters are morons. They've made some of the most stupid decisions, especially in like Prometheus. Man.
Like those scientists trying to touch that worm thing.
Yeah. You've seen that clip?
Yeah, I've seen that clip. And as a result,
that result was pretty good.
Yeah, like one scientist, I think, gets his arm broken and the other one becomes violent and crazy.
Not
or does one die?
He doesn't become violent and crazy. They both are killed. One of the other scientists then later turns into kind of almost a xenomorph hybrid creature.
Yeah, because I think there was a deleted scene where they showed that happen.
Actually, no, that's in the film. You see him slowly kind of turning into it. It's really good. Okay, Godzilla. Drew, what is the most disturbing album you've listened to?
Disturbing? Well, let me ask this. In a good way or bad?
If it's disturbing, it would probably be in a bad way because disturbing itself, by definition, is kind of bad.
Anything by Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't hope people call me racist because look, it's not because she's black. She's just genuinely not a good musician. She's probably a nice lady in real life, but I don't think she's that good of a musician.
Yeah, doesn't mean racist. Just there's plenty of people that I can easily say are not. I'm not going to be called racist just for saying like someone's really bad at acting when they are. I'm going to be truthful. I'm a YouTube critic. That's what my job is. If you don't like that, find somewhere else. Not you. I'm just saying that in general to people that would get angry at me for that.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And plus, I'll even quickly say there have been black rappers who I do like. Tupac, Notorious, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. Good rappers.
Yeah, good rappers, guys. That's what we listen to. Even though I don't like rap, so I don't listen to it.
Fair enough.
I love this scene where she's like rest. That's a very good.
Oh yes,
Frankie, The Last Crusade is my favorite for being the most lighthearted. That's one of the reasons I love it as much as well.
Junior. Yes, sir. It is you, Junior. Don't call me that.
Man, Sean Connery's so fun in that. Like he's fun as James Bond, but that has to be my favorite part. He's I like him probably more in Indiana Jones than I like him in any of the Bond films.
Yeah, that's totally fair. People would say I like him as Bond, but I would argue he's better in Last Crusade.
Well, I mean, have you seen any of the Bond films with him?
Well, actually, no, wait. I shouldn't say that. Why did I just say that on?
You're like I'm not as big of a Bond fan as I am like Indiana Jones, probably.
I haven't seen any of the Bond films, but I think that's the only thing I've seen Sean Connery in. And from what I saw, yeah, he was really good in that.
He's good in Indiana Jones. He's good in Bond. He just they're two very different roles, kind of.
Yep, two very different roles. Man, Logan looks beat up.
Well, yeah, and the fact that he's like been sleeping for he's been sleeping for a long time. We'll just say that, and the fact that he's like this still is awful. We're about to get to a part that's really going to show you how just beat up he is.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Oh.
And here it comes. And there. He is dying. There's no other way to put it. Frankie, fake hot take. Logan's worst X-Men film and X-Men Origins is the best. No one's that stupid. I'm just saying.
Yeah, thank God that's a fake hot take. I mean, I know, Frankie, you were saying it was fake, but yeah, thank goodness, because if that was real, I think there would be, let's just say, tons of comments coming in.
Let's just say if there was anyone that was one of the people I moderated, they would probably ban you. They wouldn't care if you did nothing wrong. They would do it. Like, because we don't go that far. Ooh, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, oh, I like that one.
Really good, does a really good color palette.
It is a really good color palette.
Oh yeah, always fun to have you on here.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm trying to do something soon where if I ever have time and like my free time, I'm gonna like try and do a 4-hour long live stream where I'm gonna be doing what I call a underrated double feature back to back, where I'm gonna be showing two films to someone that hasn't seen either. So you might be in condition with that one, because have you ever heard of a film called Over the Top with Stallone?
Actually, yes, I have heard that.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't, but I would like to.
Oh, because then there's two films that I would be able to show you. Over the Top is one of them because it's a genuinely underrated film. And the other one is one that everyone I've showed it to really likes it, and it's called We Bought a Zoo.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that. That's with Matt Damon
and Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah, and Scarlett Johansson.
And it also has the person that plays. Have you seen Fred Claus?
No, I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Okay, then I can't use that actor probably, but he's a very famous actor. But there's also, do you know the person that plays Sandman in Spider-Man 3?
Yes, Thomas Hayden Church.
Yes, he's in it.
So yeah,
that's one that you would really like.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing that, and I do like Thomas Hayden Church as an actor. In fact, I'd argue he was the best thing about Spider-Man 3.
I agree with that. Emotion is really what gets me in films now, which is why I resonate with him more than anything.
Definitely.
Frankie, Logan is not the best, but it's my second. Wait, excellent. Days of Future Past, and the best is easily Deadpool. Interesting.
Days of Future Past is a great movie.
I think it's
I've
underrated.
heard, yeah, it's definitely underrated, and I think it's a
I
great
mean, not
film.
underrated. I think it's a little overrated because a lot of people like to say it's like better than Logan by far, and I'm like, have you guys seen Logan? It's just why, guys? Like, what does? There's the only thing that anyone would probably say is the reason why Days of Future Past is better than Logan. And it's only women that will probably say that, and that's because you actually can see Hugh Jackman's butt for a second, probably.
Yeah.
Like, what you're. It's not that good just because you get to see him for a second. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm gonna say it. I think Logan's better because when it comes to Days of Future Past, it is a great movie. But I know sometimes when people like to talk about stuff, like say, "Oh, this one does have some continuity errors that are either hard to overlook, or if you think about it for too long, it could ruin the movie."
Kind of like Tenet.
Yeah, kind of like Tenet. Like,
Problems in Tenet.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would say it's as confusing as, well, it's not as confusing as Tenet, but I know one continuity error people do like to bring up is either the fact that Wolverine has his adamantium claws back, even though at the end of the Wolverine he lost it,
Yeah.
Or the fact that Trask is played by Peter Dinklage, but he was also in X-Men: The Last Stand and played by a black actor.
I know there's a lot of continuity problems in X-Men. They really have got to find some way to sort this out. But yeah, I mean, I do really enjoy X-Men Days of Future Past, but I'm going to tell you this, guys. Logan makes Days of Future Past look like probably Catwoman, to be honest. And
Yeah,
that's not a knock against X-Men Days of Future Past. That just goes to show how great Logan is.
exactly. Like, I'm one of the people who thinks Logan is better, and here's another excellent point. While Hugh Jackman is great in all the X-Men movies, this movie right here, this is easily his best performance as Wolverine.
Yeah, easily. I don't think very few people that will argue. There are very few people that would argue with that. I love this like little comedy right here.
The Bourne films?
No, right here. Look.
Oh no, they cut his beard. Oh no, you kids are in trouble.
Well, the Berserker Rage is coming a little early this time.
Yep. Oh man, he's not happy.
That went dark fast. Godzilla. Drew, what do you think of the Jason Bourne movies?
I love the first three, and Bourne Legacy and Jason Bourne are enjoyable, but they weren't as good. I think the trilogy, the first three, is super underrated.
Okay. Godzilla. Drew, what is your favorite action franchise?
Ooh, action franchise.
That's
That is tough. Because I mean, I know the biggest action franchise that had the most films was like Fast and Furious, but of course, not every single.
That's your answer.
No.
I was gonna say, don't you dare.
No. I'd probably say, oh, that's actually, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say either Mission Impossible or John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick at one point was my favorite movie franchise. It's just like there's only 4 films. Like there's no way. What was I on?
I'd go Mission Impossible.
Yeah, but I would probably say something like Die Hard for me.
Okay, Die Hard's a great franchise, even though the 5th one is garbage. Or no, wait, the one we don't talk about.
Wait, what 5th one? As far as I'm concerned, I don't really think they didn't make a 5th one. They ended on a bang with the 4th one because they knew.
Oh yeah, there is no 5th one. The 5th one doesn't even exist to me. Yeah. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, this is what we live by, guys. This is what we all should be living by. But man, the 5th one was awful. Even if there was no 5th one, but you have also ones that are like Daniel Craig's James Bond era. You have this is hilarious because most of these are like in the action ranking that we're doing. But Rambo's another one that I love. You have Lethal.
Oh yes,
Lethal Weapon's another fun one as well.
I actually have not seen Lethal Weapon, but I want to.
Oh man, dude! Like, get onto those. They're great. They're all really funny. There's a joke in the third one that is gut-bustingly funny that I think you'll really like.
I will definitely get onto those movies.
And I'm trying to think. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of action franchises I love. And probably my favorite movie franchise of all time is an action movie franchise, and that is Fast and Furious. I'm joking. I'm not that stupid. I'm not like the films where I'm just getting more stupid as I go along. You don't think I'm actually going to make this decision that stupid? Oh yeah, but after F9, they've just been getting. I mean, after Furious 7, actually no, really after Fast 5, they've been getting dumber progressively. Because Fast and Furious 6, 7, and Fate of the Furious are all enjoyable, pretty enjoyable, but they get pretty dumb in certain points. Like the 3 trillion mile long 3 trillion long runway in 6, or the things like how a car like jumps from one building to another in 7, or
Yeah,
like
the skyscraper jump.
Furious, like where they're like raining cars or something.
Oh yeah,
or like they're driving cars on ice. Oh man, it is hilarious how dumb they get.
It is like, I mean, but at least like 5, 6, 7, and 8.
They know what they. I mean, not really 5, because 5, except for like the safe scene, it's for the most part. Hear me out, guys.
Okay.
For the most part, grounded.
Mostly, yes.
Except for that scene, that safe scene does get a bit, just straight a bit of credibility. Let's be honest, guys. But they're fun enough. Like, I mean, like, I enjoy 6, 7, and 8 a lot, especially 5, 7, Hobbs and Shaw, and Fate of the Furious are my favorites of them. But as you guys can probably tell, I'm a big Statham guy, so that might be why. If you notice, because Statham is in all of them, he's only in a cameo in 6, but he is still in it. But he's probably the best villain the franchise has ever had.
Yeah, definitely Statham.
Yeah, he's still not the one. He actually loses in the end, and the villain in the Fate of the Furious is, to this day, I think, the only Fast and Furious villain that's ever technically she fulfilled her plan, didn't she?
Oh wait,
because she escaped.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is near the climax of the movie where
no.
Well, actually, no. It's the scene where Logan is like looking into the binoculars and realizes that.
I know, but it means it's coming.
Yeah, it means it's coming, though.
No. Oh. This is gonna get rough. Godzilla, Drew, what is the most underrated and overrated movie in your opinion?
Overrated movie? Oh man. I will say this though. Here's a movie I think is overrated. American Beauty with Kevin Spacey.
Never seen that.
Underrated? A movie I think is underrated. Actually, speaking of Mission Impossible, here's what I'll go with. Mission Impossible 3.
Oh. Quantum of Solace. I'm joking. Actually, not really. That's actually very underrated. But American Beauty was directed by the person that did Skyfall and Spectre, Sam Mendes.
Yes.
But I think a lot of people actually like to say that it's better than Skyfall.
Oh. I mean, well, actually, I don't know what people say about it now, considering that there was controversy around Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, but on the 100, I have a scratch off thing with like the 100 movies of all time list. Don't worry, Logan's on there, but it barely managed to make it. But it's still on there. But American Beauty is on there. Skyfall is not, or any Bond film.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, this is like when you could tell like Wolverine's done at this point. He's doing whatever he can. He knows he's gonna die, so he's at least gonna die trying and gonna protect all these kids.
Yep. Oh.
It's like, why, dude? Why did you have to take all of it? You're going to lose your healing factor. Don't take all of it. We get that you wanted to give us the most awesome scene you've ever given us, but that's still kind of selfish because we love you.
Yep, and here it comes.
Rise of the Beast was a snoozer, apparently, by Frankie's thing. But Godzilla. Drew, what are your thoughts on the live action Transformers movies, including Bumblebee and Transformers Rise of the Beasts?
I enjoy most of them. Like I think 1 3. Sorry, I just want to go quick because there's an awesome scene coming, but I'll make this
Oh,
fast.
yeah.
Okay, 1 and 3. 1 3 Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast I like in general. Revenge of the Fallen, Last Night, Age of Extinction are guilty pleasures for me. They're not good, but they're entertaining. But I can find enjoyment.
I despise Revenge of the Fallen, Age of Extinction, and The Last Night to almost an unhealthy level. I think they're all awful. Like, I hate crass humor, like I said. So Revenge of the Fallen right off the bat is just you can probably be like, oh yeah, of course he didn't like Revenge of the Fallen. And then Age of Extinction, The Last Night are just genuinely awful films. Although
Yeah, that's fair enough. And oh, here it comes.
Here comes, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
The roar.
Yeah, there we go.
What do you think of this when you saw it?
I think this was, in my opinion, the biggest cheer-worthy moment in the movie. Like,
Did anyone
first,
hear this?
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Come on. And this is the best part of the entire scene. What's about to happen? This.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. That roar, dude. That roar. But just to make this a quick little thing right here, Godzilla, probably most overrated, is either Across the Spider-Verse, The Godfather, or Spirited Away. Yes, all three of those are overrated. We all know it. And underrated is probably Rambo Last Blood, but you got Quantum of Solace and Spectre in there. You got Over the Top. You got First Blood and all those great ones that are overhated on and just. But I enjoy Bumblebee and The Dark of the Moon and the original one in Bumblebee, but also like that they toned down the crass humor in Dark of the Moon.
exactly. Like in that one, they actually toned down because obviously, since it's called Dark of the Moon, they actually made it darker than the first. Well, actually, it was. I'd argue of the Michael Bay ones, it was pretty much the darkest one.
It is really. There's like that entire scene with like the Chicago is very dark. Like there's a lot of people dying. Like you see,
yeah, definitely.
Like the Decepticons are disintegrating people and like just killing them.
Yeah, it would felt like an alien invasion.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. And it's the Michael Bay has his faults, but he knows how to shoot action. We'll say that.
Exactly.
Frankie, I think Mission Impossible 2 is my guilty pleasure. You should definitely feel guilty about having pleasure with that film, but it's okay, I guess. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 when I rewatched it recently, but it's okay enough. But definitely dumb that it like the actual plot is in like the last 30 minutes of the film. And even then there's still so much slow motion.
Dun, yeah, dun, that's fair enough.
Dun, dun. Yeah, Godzilla, Frankie Rise of the Beast was decent, just nothing particularly special. Kind of agree with that statement. Agreed. I like it a bit. It's too slow for me. Godzilla, I understand. Who doesn't? It was a bit mediocre, kind of. But to be fair, kind of all the Transformers films, except for to some extent, kind of Bumblebee, were like I enjoy 1 and 3. They're kind of mediocre films. Like we have fun, like undeniably, we can have fun with things like Dark of the Moon, the original. But we're not going to die on the hill saying this should be nominated for Oscars. Like this is just fantastic stuff. Like Scorsese couldn't have directed a better film. Like we're not going to die on those hills.
No.
Yeah, the Scorsese thing, we would have just been killed if we said that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, people would have just been like, "Now that's just pushing it, Buster." Frankie, Batman 2 is definitely going to make Endgame bad. Yeah, Batman 2 can be good. It's not going to make Endgame bad. Endgame's one of the greatest movies of all time. That's top 50 for me, probably.
Endgame was phenomenal.
And that scene with Avengers Assemble. Whoa.
Love it.
How was that in the theater?
That was amazing. Everyone cheered when that happened.
Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna pause real quick. I want to pause real quick.
Okay,
I will be right back. On three. Ready? One,
ready.
2, 3.
Pause or play?
Pause.
Oh no, it's on pause. Don't worry.
Okay, I will be right back.
Okay.
You just talk to the chat.
Okay. I'll answer your guys' questions in the comments.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
All right. Ready.
Okay, yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
What are you at right now?
2 hours and 2 minutes.
Ooh, 2 hours and 2 minutes. Oh wow, I'm really ahead of you. Let me know when you get to 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Okay. Well, actually, let me. Okay, now.
Oh, now. Oh,
Okay, ready. Ready to hit play.
yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Well, he's dead. And I love this. Like, isn't this like a harmonica?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's like, yeah, I'm at the part right now where, like, he just shot. Yeah, I think it's a harmonica. He just shot, like, Xander Rice. Oh, that guy just got electrocuted.
I haven't seen anyone get electrocuted. Wait, is he fighting X-24 right now for you?
He's about to. Oh, he just popped
yeah,
out.
I'm ahead of you. I'm ahead of you by far.
Oh, let me skip.
No. You skip. I'm paused. I'm paused. Let me know when you get to 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Okay, 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Just say now.
Okay. Okay, now I'm actually 2 hours and 5, and then now it's like it's going fast. Now it's 20 something.
Oh wow. Wait, so you went to 2 minutes and like 2 seconds?
Like I'm trying to like fast forward. Sometimes, sorry, this remote is just
No, you don't need to
ridiculous.
fast forward. I can just I'm paused, so just let me know when you get to the part.
Okay, so 2 minutes, and you said something 12 seconds.
I'm at 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 14 seconds, but go to 12 because it'll just round out easier for me.
Okay. So hold on a second before.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. 2 hours, 3 minutes.
Drew, what are your hopes for the Batman Part 2?
I hope like we can get like a sequel that's just as good as the first Batman.
Hoping that it's not going to be as long.
Yeah, that was one thing with the first one. Like it was just long.
It was too long. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been as long as it was. Frankie, the Batman 2 is going to blow your mind because I'm working with them. Cool. I'm hoping to work for Kung Fu Panda 5. Film Kid, hey. Frankie says, Film Kid or Film King? Film King. Yeah, change it to that, man.
Yeah, sorry, this remote is just.
Yeah,
I know you said it's no.
That was my fault anyway.
It's okay. Okay. Right now it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds, but like when it gets to 2 minutes 3 seconds and like 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 12. Then I'll pause.
Yeah. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. It helps out a lot.
Oh! Don't worry, we'll round it out.
Okay, well, gotta get going. Because I'm having to wrap up Pulp Fiction. I told you should watch it. I told him today that he should watch it, so he took my advice because he knows I'm smart. Frankie, Logan is sad to watch. Yep, definitely is. They'll make men cry.
Got it. Okay, 2 minutes, 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 12 seconds. Got it.
Okay, now say now when you want me to just when you get to that.
Yes, now I'm at the part where the fight's about to start, and you see like Richter, the Richter kid, like crawling on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
There.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I just hit play.
Yeah, okay. Phil kid, no you're not, but oh well. Yeah, I'm smart. If I'm not, you're definitely not.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I don't know who's having a better fight, Film Kid and I or X-24 and Wolverine.
I don't know who. Oh! Come on, Logan, get him! Oh no.
Film Kid says, then why did you call me the brains of the genre challengers?
Oh!
Shut up. Oh.
Oh! Oh!
Blood.
Right through the leg.
Even though Boyd Holbrook is a bad guy, there's something about his character that he's just so fun and likable. Kind of, it makes you kind of sad when he's killed.
Yeah,
I don't
kind
know
of. It's
what
like,
it is about him, but he's so fun. Kind of.
yeah, he's like a fun villain.
He's like so charismatic.
Exactly.
Like, why
he's
did you guys have to
charismatic.
kill him? We know he's an awful person, but still, he's so fun.
He is entertaining. Oh man.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they don't like him. Come on, yeah, come on, come on. You want to know something funny?
What?
I actually told Film Kid and my buddy Hosta about this today, but I think I actually now I am actually now more used to going by the name Ledger than I am a Drew. I mean,
Really?
a Ledger than I am my real name, kind of. Because I've
Really?
been called this so many times when I have guests on here. It's
Oh.
hilarious.
Oh, that is funny.
Have you ever had that? Because
Sometimes
technically, in a
that-
way, your name is Drew, but it's not really. Because I know your real name, but I don't want to spoil it for people. But because it's technically Drew, but it's like kind of shortened to be Drew, right?
Yeah, it's kind of shortened to be Drew. And oh god.
Oh, no.
Sorry to switch it, but oh my god, this scene.
Oh,
Oh no.
yep, Laura, stop.
Oh my god.
Why are you watching? Why are you hesitating like that? Just shoot him.
Oh no. Here we go. Oh!
There it comes. Oh.
Oh!
And take that, X-24.
Uh-oh. I know he just got shot, but oh god.
Frankie says, Film Kid, amazing what you talking about. Let's just say Film Kid likes to be a bit snarky.
Oh. Oh. He's in pain.
Was this your favorite film though when you walked out, or did it take like some rewatches for this to happen?
Favorite film of 2017. Favorite film of 2017, and over the years, it became my favorite film ever.
Well, what's your favorite film when you saw this?
Like after I saw this, or
Yeah, I mean, when you saw this, just
Mad Max Fury Road.
oh, interesting. That's still one of your favorites.
It's not on the top 10 anymore, but it's still a great movie.
I didn't. I need to get to that one.
It's really good, and oh no, here it comes.
No, no.
Oh, oh God.
Ricky says big hot take. He can't beat. He can't beat Ledger forever. Not really a hot take.
That is a really. Oh. Oh no. No.
It's
Oh,
the score. It's the score.
the music.
That's what makes it so impactful.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
We got more from her, like her own like little spin-off or something.
She should get a spin-off.
I think it's kind of like the Minions effect, where they probably didn't do it because she can barely speak English.
Yep.
There's no way that her film would be worse than Minions, because Minions was awful. Did you see
It was
that one?
not that great.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah, I did.
I used to not be too bad on it. I used to like it more than the second one, but over time, I've learned to not like that film. I've grown to actively dislike it and actually say, I despise it.
That's fair.
Frankie says Drew is the best, but Ledger Forever is still let's just say a big number out of 10. The view is just new. That is fair. He's definitely a better channel than I am, but I can say I try my hardest. But it would be cool if you like did some sort of like live stream where you did like a tier list or something. That would be interesting because
I would love to do that.
It also wouldn't be like also be cool to see you go destroying some movies, practically find some way to deal with Catwoman.
Yes, I would love to destroy that movie on camera.
Easy, just do a tier list of Batman movies and spin-offs. You can
I
have
am
Joker on there, you
definitely
can
do that.
Catwoman on there.
I will definitely do that.
It would be awesome. Fergie says, The View, we need to collab.
I would love to do a collaboration.
That would be fun, the three of us talking. Frankie, Drew, Ledger. Oh man.
Oh,
Man, this is the heartfelt scene. An X. No matter how many times I watched this, I've seen it 3 times now. I genuinely cannot not cry. It's just not. I consider myself crying if I feel like it, because I cannot shed tears at a movie. So this is basically what I call crying. But oh yeah, Johnny Cash.
love me some Johnny Cash.
That's what my dog's named after. His name's Cash.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
I keep going back and forth between which Hugh Jackman film I like more. It's this or The Prestige.
After rewatching, I think I'm still gonna say this.
I would go with The Prestige slightly, and I mean slightly. So The Prestige went top 10 when I rewatched it. I rewatched it a few days ago. That's also my everything I watched last week ranked.
That is totally fair. I love The Prestige.
That's my favorite Nolan film.
It's an excellent film.
I mean, Inception comes pretty close, but I'm just I don't know. Inception's made more for me, but for some reason, The Prestige, which I should say, yeah, Inception's miles better. I actually would say The Prestige is definitely for me my favorite of the two.
Inception is a great movie.
It also does a good thing where it's able to explain a pretty confusing concept, pretty not confusingly, something that Tenet really screwed up in.
I haven't seen Tenet, but I've heard it's still a pretty confusing movie.
It's probably one of the most confusing movies ever made. Most people that have seen a lot of films, they've seen Tenet, they're like, yeah, this film was good, but this is one of the most confusing films I've seen in my entire life. And believe me, it is.
That
I
is
don't, I
totally
can't tell you the main character's name. I believe that there's like a joke out there to me that his name's actually just protagonist or something. But I
what?
can't tell you the plot of it at all. I can't tell you a thing about it besides there's some booms, there's some shots, there's some blood and stuff, but other than that, I know nothing about it. And the fact that it's too long. I remember that about it.
I have heard a lot of people say it is very long.
It shouldn't have been 2.5 hours. Yeah, but Drew, what are your thoughts on the Despicable Me movies?
I have only actually seen the first two in Minions, and the first two are really good. In terms of what one I like better, it's interchangeable. I go back and forth sometimes.
Yeah, like the first one. It's decent. Do not like the second one. Do not like the third one. Do not like Minions at all. And noticing a pattern, guys. Minions 2 it's fine. It's fine, but not the best. So I don't think I'm a big fan of any Illumination films besides Despicable Me and The Grinch. Those are the only two I can really tolerate. You
That's
got
fair enough.
like maybe Sing you could throw in there as well, maybe on some days. Yes, but sadly he was not at my live view. No, yeah, I mean just like in general, like talking over like a StreamYard live stream. But Frankie, my song, I'm making dream voice angel dancing, going out to war girl, you are mine. Ever heard of that?
Never heard of it either.
Yeah, so thank you all for being here. I think we're gonna end this thing so we can just go into our bedrooms and just start crying like little babies after what we just watched. And then you get like the SpongeBob scene like 2 hours later. Yeah, did you ever watch SpongeBob as a kid?
I do watch SpongeBob and I love it. I always love the 2 hours later. Part of me's thinking of literally making a video,
Oh,
like, and
like
then
for like one you're loving and then you're just like ranting and then you have that.
yep, saying I love Logan. It's a great movie. 2 hours later, and then I'm like crying over Wolverine's death.
Or even better, you just like you do like a review for Catwoman. I'm like, this film sucks, and then you just start going into every little nitpick, and then you do like the thing where it's like 4 hours later or something, and then it's like and another thing, and then you do like another clip where it says 2 hours later, and then you just do that several different times just to show how awful that film is.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
That would be really good. I would love that. That would be hilarious.
I think it would definitely be hilarious.
But let's just all thank Drew for being on here again. And more importantly, let us all thank Drew for giving Quantum of Solace its rewatch and actually remembering that it was awesome. Because
thank you.
It's awesome.
It was awesome.
It's definitely nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be. When people say worst Bond film, I'm like, how? This isn't even in the bottom half of Bond films. It's certainly not in like the competition of something like Casino Royale, Skyfall, or No Time to Die. It's more rewatchable than No Time to Die, but I mean, of course, they're miles better. But Quantum of Solace, I still would give a 4 out of 5 to. I love it.
Me too. I love it.
Oh wow, the fact that you're going from saying that it was borderline unwatchable, or in like your review thing with like the worst movies of 2008 and 9, and then now you're saying that you love it is hilarious to me.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, but we will hope to see Drew on here soon. We will answer this last thing, and then Drew, have you ever listened to SWANS?
I have not, but I will also get on to them too.
Yeah, get yourself some homework, my friend.
Yep, I got some homework to do.
Yeah, but again, thank you to Drew, and we will see you guys later and hope to see a new collaboration with us as soon as he and I find time to. But we will be sure to keep you posted on when the next Sci-Fi Saturday is, which should be next week for May 4th, because I've already done the Star Wars watch along with Jason from Backtrack Cinema. Please go check them out. But so next week we have Empire Strikes Back. That which should be good. So on May 4th, may the 4th be with you. Okay, but thank you all so much for watching and have a good one.
Have a good